Can someone do an impression? Let's hear it.
Cut the check, number 5 on rolling. Why won't anybody kiss me?
By the way, have you guys ever discussed whose character name is a better name for male genitalia?
You know what? Never.
That's all I think about.
Gotta be the Winter Soldier.
Something about ice and winter doesn't go well. I would say, you ready for the Falcon? I mean, here comes the Falcon.
Ready for the Falcon?
Who's more neurotic?
Oh my God, Sebastian.
Even with the Falcon.
Let's hope the Falcon's. Let's hope the Falcon's coming.
Let's hope the Falcon's awake.
It's the Falcon ready for liftoff.
Can't wait for this to be on YouTube. Didn't I do a Star Wars audition with you? That really helped. Guess, let me tell you something. I didn't get the role.
What?
Josh. I don't have friends. I have family. The name is Bond.
The name is Bond. James Bond.
He went Juilliard deep on that one.
Would you rather be sat on by Hulk or eaten by Rocket Raccoon?
Sat on.
Probably eaten.
Oh, that's a slow death.
Yeah,
piece by piece. You ever spend time around a raccoon?
Have you ever been sat on?
You look like Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
That was so bad.
Avengers.
Assemble.
No, normally I'd go for that sort of thing, but I think talent's ready. Sorry, honey, my bad.
Cut the check. Cut the check all day.
Cut the check. This.
I feel like I'm talking to Captain Kirk or something. Captain. The log. What's the log? What's Star Trek? Is this Star Trek?
No tension, no surprises. No tension, no surprises.
Ow!
It's a stress-free environment, no tension, no surprises.
Ow! Hey!
Nothing?
How's the circulation?
Too early to tell. Stay here.
I hear people laughing.
People falling out the bottom of frames funny every time.
I'm not in. I'm actually out. Jarvis, don't ever speak to me once I'm off camera.
Dude, you're on your own! Stop!
Sorry, they just laugh.
Go any more than that? A little more? There.
Okay, perfect driving position. Alright. I'm gonna act the shit out of this. I promise.
Camera's on me now.
What the f is the line I forgot?
Well, I guess hello y'all and welcome to Stucky was supposed to be canon, but it couldn't be because it was queer, part 1. It's a really long title, I'll come up with something better. But, okay, so in case y'all haven't seen the concept art for Steve's apartment, this is what it looks like. Yes, Steve as in the sickly kid who was really, really tiny, who has blonde hair, not brown. Again, Steve who was tiny and small and had blonde hair. But do y'all know of someone who had darker hair and was taller? Can't think of anyone, can you? Anyway, it has long been established that Bucky told Steve to come live with him after his mom died. And why would Steve live alone, being disabled, in Brooklyn in the 30s and the 40s? His mom died, I think, when he was 18. He was 26 in the first Avenger. That's 8 years. 42 minus 8, 34. So in 34, his mom died. So in the end of the 30s, at the end of the Great fucking Depression, why would he have his own apartment? And why would he leave when he was with Bucky? And again, we remember Steve said,
Even when I had nothing, I had Bucky.
Nothing as in no family, no home, no money, couldn't work, was literally disabled in the middle of the Great Depression. Where would he live? With his buddy. This is a small ass apartment, that's one bed. So it is not uncommon for multiple people to be in a small ass place. It is not a reach to say they lived together. And there's only one bed in this apartment. The apartment that Steve, who is disabled, lived in. Steve, who is disabled and not tall or brunette. One bed. And you know where they lived? Brooklyn. Like, it was a whole queer area. The entirety was queer. It was known, and there's like actual queer history in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is one of the most queer parts of history. Started in the 1850s. Like, there's literal studies on how the rise of Brooklyn mirrors the rise of the queer community. Like, legitimately, a lot of famous queer people were centered in Brooklyn. And Coney Island was known for having bathhouses. Do you remember them talking about Coney Island? In case you forgot.
Remember when I made you ride the Cyclone at Coney Island? Yeah, and I threw up? This isn't payback, is it? And why would I do that?
They've been to Coney Island. Didn't say when, but you know, it was definitely any time between like 8, I think, when they met, and 26. What was your favorite ride at Coney Island? Anyway, and before World War II, there were a lot of spaces where queer people were allowed to be publicly, and like where it was in fashion. But Brooklyn has always been queer, the center for queer history. And that's just where they live.
And keep us safe, baby. Worship my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. I